And the time has come now that this whole world has to take to global understanding. Human beings, I was surprised, are how anxious in those difficult times to get to the truth. Because very difficult to carry on with the truth when there's untruth all along. And the way people get after you when you talk of truth is also a very hazardous task. To fight them, those who are just always bowing to cruelties, to untruth, to aggressiveness. These are all self-destructive elements. Also, we have other self-destructive elements within us, like drinking, smoking. We can say also other things like drug taking. But people do it. Just they do it. Not that they don't know, but they just do it because of the influence of the time. And that is what is the Kali Yuga, where we destroy ourselves and try to destroy others and have a kind of a funny temptation for this. Not only that, also we enjoy all this cruelty, all this aggression we enjoy. Now when we say that the Kali Yuga is over, we should know something about Kali Yuga. The problem is this Kali Yuga. This creates this funny situation in our lives. Firstly, it creates a situation where a person starts thinking he's very insecure and he must take to some way of protecting himself. And then where he goes to is the place where he'll be destroyed before he knows even that he'll be destroyed. The second point is that we have a great sense of jealousy. That sense of jealousy is even more heightened by this Kali Yuga. We feel jealous for everything, which shows our inferiority complex, or I don't know what it is. But we start feeling jealous, and out of jealousy we start hating people without any rhyme and reason. So many countries have this problem. It's at the top politicians, they indulge into this kind of a hatred for other people without understanding what is the achievement of the other person is, how he has achieved, and why should I be jealous. Then we have another thing is, apart from that is, which is the worst thing as Krishna has said, is the temper. Hot-tempered people, you see, cannot see the truth. Because at the slightest provocation, they become hot-tempered and start hitting others and beating others or saying horrible things which should not be said. Now this is another criteria for every Sahaja to know how far he is out of this sense of krodha, is the anger. To be angry shows that you have no peace within and that you get angry for just to attack another person, which is not necessary. Even keeping quiet, you can be very much effective. So, not attacking, not reacting, that we achieve anything. Actually, reaction is a very great enemy of human beings, that we react to everything. We should not react. We should just become silent. And then this power, which I tell you about, is the power of Param Chaitanya acts. If you want to react, all right, it says go ahead. But if you leave it and you just become quiet, silent, it acts. It acts so well. It can act sitting down here, it can act somewhere else. It is such a tremendous power. It is such a effective power. It is such an understanding, knowledgeable power, and above all, it loves. It loves you. So when this power comes into existence in a way, I would say it has been always existing, but when effective, in the Krita Yuga, it is effective. By that, you will be amazed how things happen. Everybody tells me, Mother, this miracle has taken place, that miracle has taken place. So I know it's not miracle, it is Param Chaitanya which is doing all the work, all the beautiful things, which is trying to help you and trying to suggest its love. You see, it is something we can't see, something we cannot conceive with this mind. But it is beyond the mind that it works. I was surprised in Russia especially, I had to face the scientists. And the scientists were so much equipped, so much deep, and they understood so well. Even in a place called, you can call it a place of great learning, one of the oldest universities, St. Petersburg University. There also, I don't know what made they gave me the highest reward. For what? I didn't know. But they said, you are even higher than science. So this they called as cognitive science. They gave a name as cognitive science. So Mother, your all knowledge is of cognitive science. Only thing is, if I tell you something, then you can verify it. The scientist can verify it. Everybody can find it out if it is so or not. But if you put this test to all these false gurus, you will see that they don't have any scientific basis. They have no way of giving you any explanation as to why this is happening or what is happening. I had to face all of them all over the world, and I was surprised they recognized me. And they said, Mother, this is cognitive science, and like that, they gave me everywhere, they gave me awards and things like that. I never knew what is cognitive science is, but this is the knowledge that you get beyond your mind. With your mind you get is your biased, maybe full of jealousy, maybe full of anger. But beyond the mind, when you get this knowledge, that is absolute. Nobody can challenge it, absolute knowledge. For example, I'll tell you one thing, and if you see this model, from the right side to the left side, there it will look like a swastika. I made a model for them to show them. And if you see it from the left side on the right side, it will be Om written down. And if you see from down upward, it is a cross. That means Sri Ganesha, who is on Muladhara, incarnates as Christ. So they made a picture, they made a model, the scientists, and they found out that what I said is true. And this model really can be shown. I mean, one of them is like this, that whatever you know, whatever you say, should be verified by even scientists. I do not discard science. Science is amoral, whatever you may say. But once they come to Sahaja Yoga, these scientists, they just get transformed. But scientists in other countries, I don't know about our country, in other countries have reached such a state that they want to know what is beyond. All of them come to India. Why? Why don't they go to Japan? Why don't they go to China? Why don't they go to America? To find the truth, they come to India. So in India, this cognitive science existed long time back, of which we are not aware. Like, I must say, Indians suddenly became very westernized after independence somehow. All Gandhiji's ideas and everything was put on the shelves. So we didn't know what was so great in our country. Such a great sampada, such a great power existed in this country, and they knew so many things about some things that science do not know. Now it is for science to find out whatever they have said is true or not. I have seen this. It's very simple. If you really know the truth and you tell a scientist, he'll get after it and he'll work it out. It's not one example, there can be hundreds I can give you, where I've told them something, they said, all right, you verify. You find out by your scientific methods. And they found it. They found it. There's so many ways of finding it out you have in science. But they don't know what to find. They are just going on in this one, that one. They are going to the moon, they are going to this thing. That's not the way. First you find out what you have to find and then see if it is there or not. I was surprised in the West, though we call them very much sort of advanced and all these things. But as far as spirituality is concerned, they are nowhere. Their cognitive science faculty is very poor compared to us. But our also is zero, because we have all become westernized now. All our ideas are westernized, and we take all the knowledge from outside. And even those who want to do something about Indian culture and all that, they are so small, they are so incapable of telling them what it is. It has nothing to do with a fundamentalist idea, nothing of the kind. But it is a fact, it's the truth, it's the reality, which they don't know themselves. They just want to proclaim the Bharatiya Sanskriti, Indian culture, but there is nothing like that. Because unless and until you are a realized soul, and you have reached that state, till then you do not know anything about the mysteries of Param Chaitanya. So for every Indian, it is very important to take to Sahaja Yoga. Also for all the people all over the world. Everywhere, as she told you about Russia, the conditions very bad. But still, I must say the Sahaja Yogis are very much happy there.